I've waited 2 years to buy this bike and I hope it was worth it, and a bike I never have to sell. So this is my Envy Mog, a bike I reviewed 2 years ago and which clearly left quite an impression on me. And when I came to decide to buy a new gravel bike for the summer, for the racing and events I had planned, I put together a spreadsheet of all the different bikes on the market right now and the pros and cons of what I'm looking for, and the Envy Mog was at the top of that list. And in this video I'll explain why I bought it and why it ticks all the boxes for me, the parts I've gone for and how it's been built by Scott Jones at Cotswold Bike Works, and some of the events I have planned, and a quick first impression after riding it 3 times before filming today. So you're watching Just Ride Bikes, I'm David, let's dive in. So it's fair to say the Envy Mog does tick all my boxes, and a cliche I know. But when choosing a bike, it's about choosing a bike that fits your requirements and what you have planned for that bike. And this bike really does everything I want. Firstly, it's lighter and faster than my Fairlight Sercan, which I still love and still ride in the background, and has more features and versatility than my Specialized Crux, which I still love, and I'm still keeping those 2 bikes. But I wanted something more suited to racing, so lighter, aerodynamic, and a few other features which the Crux didn't have. So in no particular order, tyre clearance. The bike easily clears a 50mm wide tyre, which is plenty for me. If I want bigger, I have a mountain bike. These are 47s but actually measure 50 on these rims, and there's still loads of space between the rubber and the frame and around the back there. So big tyres, big enough for the riding I do and my requirements right now. And this is a really fast rolling tyre as well. Really good choice for the dry conditions right now, as you can tell. And compared to my Fairlight, it's a lot lighter thanks to a high-end carbon fibre frame and fork. I've not even put the bike on the scales yet, so let me know how much you think the bike weighs, and I'll reveal the weight in the comment section in a few days' time. Not as light as my Crux, but it is more aerodynamic. We have aero profiles borrowed from their Melee race bike, a one-piece handlebar and stem, and full internal routing. And as much as I don't mind external routing at all, I have to admit that the more I've tested and ridden bikes with internal routing, the clean looks do definitely grow on you. So not a deal breaker, but a nice thing to have. And another nice thing to have is a round seat post with an external seat clamp. So I can fit a suspension seat post, a dropper seat post, a bendier seat post, and that seat clamp is easier to use than any internal wedge system. It's also, compared to my Crux, better suited to bike packing, thanks to fork mounts here for fitting cargo racks, top tube mounts, and an extra bottle cage on a down tube. But then the killer feature on a bike for me is the fact that it has mudguard or fender mounts, which a Crux doesn't have. So that means when I'm in the winter, I can put some slick tyres on and some mudguards, and I have a killer, awesome winter road bike for training miles, and might just be the perfect sort of all-round bike for gravel, bike packing, racing in the summer with these big tyres on, and then a training bike in the winter when it's peeing down with rain every other day. And then the last feature which I like, but again not a deal breaker, but the more I use it, the more I wonder why it's not standard, and it is slowly becoming standard, and that's a down tube storage. So you have all your tools and spares in a down tube, out of the mud and crap, and also more aerodynamic than hanging off the back of your seat post as well. One of the big dilemmas I had when choosing a new gravel bike was the type of geometry to go for, and there are different options available right now. This one is fairly neutral, middle of the road, but we are seeing an explosion in mountain bike inspired, slacker, longer, higher gravel bikes like the Parley Taos, the BMC Urs, the Merida Silex, and I really like their bikes. I think they handle better when in technical terrain, but my decision not to go for one of those was the fact I already have a mountain bike and wanted a clear distinction between my gravel bike and my mountain bike, which is why ultimately I went for the Mog. And then the other reason for choosing the Mog is this bit here, the UDH dropout, which both my Fairlight and Specialized don't have, but the new versions of those bikes do have. But for me, buying the new version of the bike you already have, it never really appealed. I know lots of people will buy just a new version of the Tarmac or the Madone, but for me, I like choice and buying something different rather than buying the improved version of the bike you have, although the new Sacan from Fairlight might change that rule for me. Not really a rule, but I guess it is in a way. Anyway, and that means, that dropout means I can run this, the new SRAM Red Explore group set, which I really like, apart from the eye-watering price. But hopefully we might see a force and rival level soon, so more people can enjoy the technology. Because if you saw my review of the group set, linked above in case you missed it, it's a fantastic group set. This rear derailleur is bomb-proof, really tough, no mech hanger to bend and ruin your gear shifting. 13 speed, 1046 range with a 42 chainring on the front, loads of gears for climbing, high speed action. It just works extremely well, and it's a really well thought out group set, and arguably the best gravel bike group set you can buy right now. And also the new hoods. The new red hoods, the ergonomics are amazing. The brake levers are so light, so powerful, and definitely the best on the market right now in my opinion. I love Shimano. I think Shimano have led the way for a long time, but I think now SRAM have taken the lead by not that much. So yeah, and the group set isn't brand new. There are a few scuffs and marks because it's a group set from the Canyon Grail I reviewed for the last 6 months, and which SRAM kindly allowed me to hang on to do more long-term testing. Because 6 months it's been good, but how will it be in another 6 months? Well, you'll find out right here on Just Ride Bikes. So make sure to not miss that by hitting that subscribe button down below. And the group set really was the big decision behind the build. The wheels are borrowed from my Crux for now, but they are very good wheels indeed. They're 303 Firecrest with 25mm internal width, and I've been riding these for 2 years and I've had no issues at all. The hub bearings are still original and still smooth. The free hub fast engaging, spoke tension still good, and the hookless rims, yeah, fine, no issues at all. And that 25mm internal width is perfect for a wide tyre like these. Today's sponsor, Michelin. And I've chosen the Powered Gravel in a 47mm width with the dark tan sidewall. It looks really good on this bike. They are a good, fast rolling tyre on the hard pack, gravel and dirt. Loads of grip in the loose and mud as well. A nice bead to bead puncture band to ward off punctures. An easy tubeless installation with a normal track pump. Really tough, durable, fast rolling tyre, and come in a range of sizes, narrower and wider, and black, or their very fetching dark tan sidewall to suit your flavours. I'll put a link to the website down below. Check out Michelin for more options available right now. And then for the other parts, well, when you buy a NV frame set, you get the handlebars and seat post. So I have a round seat post, carbon fibre with a 25mm offset. I've chosen the NV AR one-piece handlebar and stem, 100mm length stem and 38cm width in the tops and flared in the drops. For me, it's narrow enough. I don't want narrower on a gravel bike because I want that extra width for more control when riding through single track and narrow trails. And the NV AR might just be my favourite one-piece handlebar right now. It's a really nice shape, lovely taper along the tops, a useful amount of bar tape on the tops when cruising and climbing, nice flared drops, not too wild, and definitely some flex in the drops and hoods as well, which gives more comfort and compliance when riding over rough ground. So really nice handlebar. And then the bar tape, my goodness me. This is Ergon all-road bar tape, and it's green and matches the frame almost perfectly. And I've had the bar tape for 2 years now, because I never had a bike to fit it to. I'm not really a fan of coloured bar tape personally. It's either black or white or black these days. But I found this in my parts bin. My goodness me, what a match. Very happy indeed. And it's nice bar tape too. Nice amount of cushioning, nice tacky feel, some Ryback gloves. Just finish your bike off really nice. So the frame, the green, with the green bar tape and the tan sidewalls, I think makes the bike look absolutely amazing. But let me know how you rate the bike out of 10 by dropping a comment down below. So, was the wait worth it? Well, I've been riding the bike for the last few weeks. We've had some amazing weather right now. As you can see, it's lovely and sunny. Summer almost in April. Crazy. And yeah, the bike has not disappointed me at all. 2 years is a long time ago, and I've been on a lot of cool gravel bikes since then, but I'm very happy, very relieved in fact, to get on the bike and ride it for the first time, and it is everything I wanted and remembered from that review 2 years ago. But even better, thanks to the tyres, the wheels, and the way the bike has come together. It comes together really well, and it rides extremely nicely indeed. It's bloody fast. These tyres roll so quick on the road, almost as quick as a road bike, for loads more comfort for crappy roads and potholes, and when it's really bumpy and coarse tarmac. And then off-road, my goodness me, it carries that speed down the trails, rough stuff so well. These big tyres and the frame and the seat post help it float over the rough stuff, roots, rocks, corrugated gravel, all that stuff that's trying to give you a hard ride. This bike just soaks it all up, all the impacts, trying to ruin your day, trying to ruin the ride experience, just floats over the trails, deals with roots and rocks and holes and imperfections really well, and just allows you to carry loads of speed with a big smile on your face. And then in the twisty stuff, great geometry for cornering, really nice agile bike. Not as good on the steep stuff as a mountain bike inspired gravel bike, but that's a trade-off with the geometry of his setup. But definitely not a bike to hold me back at all. So it is fast, it's smooth, it's great handling, just rides like a dream. It really does ride extremely well. And even given all the bikes I've been on in the last 2 years, you can see a link to the playlist of all the bike reviews here on Just Ride Bike down below, it still performs really well. It's not showing its age at all, because 2 years, it's not old at all, but it still shines really brightly compared to the more recent bikes that have come out in that time, and shows that ENVE did their homework when they designed the bike, presumably 3-4 years ago, for launch 2 years ago, that it stood the test of time. The only thing you could possibly change on it if you were updating it, not that I'm looking to update it already, is maybe a bigger tyre clearance, given the trend for bigger tyres. But personally, I'm happy with a 50mm tyre. For me, that's perfect, no more on a gravel bike. For me, this is a sweet spot of gravel and retains that underbiking vibe I really enjoy of a drop bar off-road bike like this. So very, very happy with how the bike rides, no regrets at all. And to put the bike through its paces, I signed up to a few events this summer, starting with the Tracker in Drona, but actually riding another bike, not this bike, and I'll explain why nearer the time. But then in Scotland in May, towards the end of May, middle of May, it's a Granic. First time I've ever been, so that is a fun event for me to look forward to, and put the bike and this old body through its paces and see how it gets on. So if you're going, if you're entered, drop a comment down below, and if you're there, make sure to give me a shout out, high five, thumbs up. Should be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to that weekend. And then further into summer, a few other events and races, TBC, and a few bike packing adventures and trips, and some stuff sort of in the planning stage. But if you've got any events or places for me to ride that you suggest, drop a comment down below. And what have you got planned this year? Love to hear from you as always, because ultimately it's all about just riding bikes, right? So yeah, a bike is just a tool to do amazing events and adventures and escapes, whatever you want to call them. So yes, that's my new ENVE Mog. Let me know what you think of the bike and my reasons for choosing the bike by dropping a comment down below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe by hitting the button down there. And if you want to see my review on the Mog from 2 years ago, that's up there somewhere. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again very soon.